Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be doing the Birthstone Book Tag. I ended up putting a post up on Twitter because I had run out of book tags to do. Luckily, lots of you guys came to the rescue and gave me some more tags that I can put in the bank for when I have a day where I don't know what to film, aka today. So now I'm going to be doing the Birthstone Book Tag, and this is created from Jay, and her channel is the Awkward Bookworm, so I will put her original video in the description down below so you can go check it out. Essentially, all these prompts are based after the different birthstones. Her prompts are really creative, and I think it's gonna be really fun to do. So let's just jump right into it. So the first one is Garnet, and this is associated with warding off negative or dark energies. And so for this one, you're supposed to choose a book with the most evil character you can think of. And I'm not gonna name who this is by, but I think you all know this character, so yeah. Moving on. Next is Amethyst. So purple is definitely correlated with royalty. So this is to choose a book with royal ties in it, or if you don't want to use characters, you can use like the king of all books in your opinion. So one of those two. I'm just going to choose red, white, and royal blue because it has royalty. One of the main characters is a prince, and so there's lots of royalty in this book as the other main character and the prince fall in love. So there's lots of stuff to go in that one, lots of different things that involve royalty, and yeah, it was just an overall really adorable book. Next up we have AQUAMARINE, and so this is washed out. So you're supposed to choose a book with a wishy-washy character in it. So for this one, I chose Cassius from Red Rising because you never really know what side Cassius is on. He's kind of like an in the middle person, and he just always tends to take the middle ground and he doesn't choose sides. So I find that kind of wishy-washy because it's like you never know what's going to happen. You can't really trust him because you don't know what he's going to do. And yeah, I find that his character is like that. So I found that he fit perfectly for this prompt. And of course, I had to get Red Rising in here somewhere. So yeah. Then we have Diamond. And so this is Diamond in the Rough. You're supposed to name a book that you really loved, but you don't think is well known. And so for this one, I'm choosing High School Queens. I talk about this book quite a bit. I haven't talked about it for a while, but I loved this series by Zachary Ryan, and I feel like more people should know about it because it's just so dramatic and so sassy and so fun. And I think a lot of people will get so much enjoyment out of this book series. So if you want something that's sassy and dramatic, check this one out. Then we have Emerald, and that is said to balance energy. So this is to choose a book where it has two characters that balance each other out. So for this one, I chose Young Elites. I feel like in this book, the main character Adelina and her sister balance each other out very well because Adelina leans more towards the darker side, and her sister is a lot more like happy and easygoing and light. And yeah, so I feel like the two of them together brings it down to like a neutral ground, and I think it's very present in the book, and you see that with the interactions that they have with each other and other people. It's just they're very different, but together it just works. Then we have Pearl, and Pearl is said to be about loyalty, and so this is to choose a book where it has a character that will be loyal to the end. So for this one, I chose Alice from Legendborn, and Alice is the best friend of the main character Bree in this book. And I think Alice is just like the most loyal friend. She's always looking out for Bree, doing what's best for her, even if it doesn't seem like it. She's loyal to a fault, and she will always be there for Bree and always protect her and just do what's right and make sure that Bree is okay. Alice is like a little cinnamon roll. I love Alice. I really hope to see more of her. I think she's an amazing character, and yeah, she's the best. Next up is Ruby, and that is Blood Red. So this is to name a book that made your blood boil or made you just really angry. So for this one, I'm going to choose Husky, which is a book that I don't own anymore because when I finished it, I threw it across the room and I just got rid of it as soon as I could. This was a book that I just did not enjoy. It was about a main character that, mind you, it is like a middle grade book, so that might have tied into it. I do like middle grade, but like this middle grade in particular, I just did not enjoy. So the main character is supposed to be like obsessed with opera, It was something that was brought up on the back of the book, but then it was a very minor detail and it didn't really like affect the book that much. And then the rest of it was just this kid complaining about not getting invited to a birthday party. And it was just so frustrating. I was like, really? That's what this book is going to be about? Is this kid just complaining nonstop? Like, if you're upset about it, tell your friend and do something about it. Don't just like be whining the whole time. It was like 200 pages of whining. I just couldn't take it. So yeah, that book made my blood boil and I'm glad it's gone. Then we have Peridot, and Peridot pales in comparison to the rest of the gems. So this one is to choose a book where you thought the supporting character was better than the main character. I just did a video about all of these side characters that are super awesome. You guys should go check that out. But, spoiler alert, my favorite is Severo from Red Rising. I love Severo. He is like the best character I have probably ever read. I love his character so much. And the growth that it has, his character starts out as like such a greaseball. And I mean, that doesn't really change. He stays a greaseball, but he like blossoms into like a very powerful character in the series. And it's just, yeah, his whole character arc is just amazing. And you go from not really liking the guy to absolutely loving the guy. So yeah, Severo for sure. Next up is Sapphire, and it's blue like the ocean, which is calming. So you're supposed to choose a book that you were very calm when reading it, and it gave you like those calm feelings. So for this one, I chose The Shadow of the Wind. I read this book for a book club way back in the day, and it's a historical fiction, which we all know I don't like historical fiction, but I did like this book. I thought it was very enjoyable. This book is about a guy who he loses his mother, and his father, I believe, is an antique bookseller. And so he finds solace in a book that he really enjoys while he is grieving the loss of his mother. And so he wants to go find more of this author's works, but he uncovers this kind of trail where he realizes that someone else is destroying all the other works by this author and getting rid of them and trying to hide them. And so he kind of goes on like his own mission to figure out like why this author's works are being destroyed and who's doing it. It was a very interesting book, and it was a fun one to discuss at a book club, but like overall it was just a very calming book, mainly because like it's historical fiction, so there wasn't like a lot of like hardcore intense action in this one. I guess also because like the main character is the son of a antique book dealer, but anyways, it was a very calming book. I just had a really good time reading this, and yeah, it was nice. Then we have Opal, and this is to name an iridescent book. So essentially a book that you think has a beautiful cover. And I've said this many times, but I love the cover for Crier's War. I think it is so pretty. The light's not doing it justice, but like, I think that, I don't know, just, it's so, I'm trying to get it where you can like actually see the cover because the light's really glary. But I just love this book cover. It's so pretty and shiny and just, oh, I love it. And Iron Heart back there on the shelf also is a very similar style. I just think it's so cool. There's like so much going on with like all the different graphic elements, but then it's all tied together really like beautifully. Then we have Topaz, which is associated with resilience. So this is to name a book where the character had to rise to the top in a time of adversary. I feel like this is a very obvious choice, but I chose The Hunger Games because like she literally had to rise to the top or else she died. So I feel like this one just made sense because yeah, if she didn't, she'd be dead. So yeah, I think this one fits. And then we have Blue Zircon, and that's associated with friendship. So you're supposed to name a book where you wish you could be a part of this specific friendship. And for this one, I chose Geekerella because the main character and her best friend, I think they have a really like wholesome friendship. And I would love to be like the third in their group of friends. I just think they're so nice and caring towards each other, and they bring out the best in each other and always like help each other reach their goals. And I just thought it was so cute and adorable. I also really want to read more about Ashley Poston because I did really like this retelling of Cinderella. I wasn't expecting really much going into it, but then it was like a Cinderella retelling with like a Comic-Con. Hello, that's awesome. But yeah, I really would love to be a part of that friendship. And that's it for the tag. Thank you, Jay, for making me aware of the tag that you created. I really appreciate it because I needed one to do. I'm not going to tag anybody in this because I feel like it's been out for a while. If you want to do this tag, definitely try it out. I will put all the questions in the description down below. And now our indie bookstore shoutout of the day.
Okay, guys, and today's independent bookstore shoutout is for Laughing Oyster Bookshop. This is their website. They also have a Facebook page that you can check out. They have lots of new releases, as you can see here. And if you go and browse on their store, they have a huge selection of books that you can choose from. And you can see all the different categories they have here on the side. There are a lot of options. So definitely support this little independent bookstore. Go shop online on their website. They're still putting lots of orders through. And yeah, see if you can find a book that you want to read. This bookstore is located in Courtenay, British Columbia.
And that's it for my video, guys. If you want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Ko-fi page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as a link to buy my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post my videos on Mondays and Thursdays. And until next time, keep on reading.